I was one of the last people to get this vaccine. I looked at it as my parents laying in the bed, and now it could be my husband, myself, our neighbors in those beds, and it kind of got a little scary. Plus, I have a 2-year-old grandson at home who I could easily bring this home to. And it kind of started pulling at me. For me personally, it was something that I was not interested in. I'm already wearing a mask, so why do I need to get a vaccine? But I was pretty resistant. There was a bunch of us that said, no, we're not gonna get it. And then this wave came through. And like I said earlier, the younger population, including myself, is now getting COVID.
I think it has to do with, well, what about me? What about my risk factors or my family story? So she tolerated me every so often coming around and asking about the vaccine. And it was really important to me to not give up because I saw her as a grandmother who really cared about her grandson, and I wanted to make sure that she was as safe as possible for him. And then finally one day, we had a very good conversation that caught me by surprise.
It just changed because of my grandson and the fact that he's 2. You know, he's very vulnerable and he kind of has special needs in a way, and I don't know what I would do if he got it. I said, sure, I'll get it. And it just started like a wave within the unit. And a bunch of our nurses said, I'll get it. And it was kind of like a uniting factor amongst us because we are a family. But then to hear 43 people got it after I started just a small conversation, it was kind of overwhelming to me.
I always like to make sure people understand we have an incredibly resilient team. But the worry becomes, how much more can they take? I want my team to be able to take a moment to themselves and to breathe. And right now, they can't.
You have the success stories, the patients that by the end, they're walking out of here like they had never been sick. And those are the ones we kind of pat ourselves on the back and say, we did it. Now everybody's afraid again because the age level is much younger. I think there's still some out there that just, whatever their reasons are, don't want it. But I think it needs to be encouraged.
With families, we have times that we get along, and then there are times that we don't necessarily see eye to eye. But at the end of the day, we all see that we're really in this together and that we have this one single mission.
And I honestly don't think it's gonna go away. You need to protect yourself. Look into the research that's out there now. Look at the data. We've had almost a year of some people being vaccinated. But I think it's a preventative way to stop the spread.
This pandemic isn't just isolated in the walls of the hospital and you go home and everything's fine. They're coming here and still being worried about, what are my kids going through? What's the economy like? Does my husband still have a job? What does tomorrow look like? And what I've seen is people rising to the occasion.
With the numbers rising, a lot of us have been going a year, almost 2 years with no vacation times. It eventually catches up to you. And I think we're just tired. We have the support, but I think physically we're just tired. And hopefully someday have that vacation. Looking forward to it whenever it happens.